After months and months of a radio silence, 2K has finally deemed us worthy of a new look at 2K22. Let's watch this trailer. I'm attackslug. Let's react to it and discuss the important part at the end. Gameplay footage from a work-in-progress build, and you'll know why here pretty shortly. Now, I have to wonder that is this the talent they're pretty sure won't get fired between now and release? Because, man, it's been a rough year for them in having to remove all kinds of talent in the last couple of months there for this game. So, the big news, the very brief, oh my god, and then it was over, is March 2022. It hits different. What they mean is, it hits a different release window. Okay, so here's some slow motion pausing, all that good stuff. That is clearly the Thunderdome Arena with a crowd and not just screens. Will it have screens? Maybe at this point, maybe not. We'll see. But no screens here on that bit of business. Obviously, Rey Mysterio. Seen him in that original teaser. Cool. Sheamus has the updated facial hair. Cool. Ricochet doing his thing. Alright. Like, the actual models here look fine. That lighting looks alright. But, yeah, like, the animation here, alright, cool. He's doing his stuff with that. That's new. I'll take it. I think it's new. But, like, again, the hair, it's hard to tell. It's so just close in and very cut very quickly, so it's hard to tell on if the hair is fixed. But nitpicking. I understand. Like, hair models, the jacket, the clipping, all that stuff is somewhat inconsequential. If the gameplay is good, I can ignore a lot. I can ignore a whole lot if the game is fun to play. So all of the little things that we hope are going to be accurate, because every year they say it's the most authentic ever, and you want it to be, but there isn't any competition yet. But, yeah. Now, the one thing here, people on the internet have been saying that Kane outfit, that he never actually wore that top and that bottom. But again, that's nitpicking. Like, I get it, I do. At the same time, you know, is it fun? Is it a good game to play? Is it going to be fun to play? And if that's going to be fun to play, then all the other things that you can fix in the creations, then sure. Drew here with a weird face, alright, look. It has the entrance, it has the sword, fine. But, yeah, that's the main thing is the game gonna be fun? And if you do that, I can forgive a whole lot. Like, delays, whatever, I can forgive a whole heaping lot of inaccuracies and out-of-date stuff if the game is fun. Oh, hi, CM Punk. So let's talk about the fact that this game is technically not delayed, right? Because they never actually announced the original release date. We all assumed, alright, October, because they always release in October, but if you don't announce a release date, then it's technically not a delay. Backing up a little bit here, they put out 2 Edge screenshots, and those I thought looked pretty good. A brand new Edge model, the lighting looked alright, and I thought, hey, if that's PS5, sure, I could believe that you're going to go for that, that's going to be your deal, hopefully, fingers crossed. And they said, tune in SummerSlam, you're gonna find out more. And the more we found out is not what you really wanted to hear, as someone who's been waiting for a long time after that absolute dumpster fire that was 2K20. But realize one thing, that if this does not hit it out of the park, if this game is not a good video game, I think 2K and WWE are gonna go their separate ways there. And at that point, it's starting completely fresh, and if you were to have to go find a new studio to make a whole new engine from scratch, you're looking at least 3 years, if not more. Because really, you can't just go get Ukes and hire them, they're working on the AEW game. And yes, the end of March is WrestleMania season, so it ties into a major event for WWE. But more importantly, the end of March is the end of the fiscal year. When it comes to a major video game, you have 2 big windows to hit. Either you're going to hit before Black Friday, or you're going to hit before the end of the fiscal year, because otherwise the bean counters get really mad. So it has to have those profits and or losses in the year they announced it for, and yes, it's still going to hit that by the end of March of next year. But that is not a decision that any company takes lightly. You're missing out on a whole lot of money by missing out on the holiday season, but if you put out another 2K20, the damage to your brand is that much higher than the money you'd lose by missing a holiday season. And yes, they've already had an entire extra year since we didn't get a game from 2K last year, besides Battlegrounds, and that was not from the same team, so it doesn't really count. But I've already seen the internet reacting to this trailer and saying, well, obviously this delay is a great thing because they're going to add more features and more superstars. It's going to be more up to date, and that's not how game dev typically works. The last 6 months of your dev cycle are spent polishing the game. I have done legit game testing of games that were out like soon-ish, and you'd be surprised how broken games are up until the very end of that dev cycle. If your delay was a year, then sure, perhaps some new things get added there, but a 6-month delay, that's a polished delay. That's a make sure we don't have another 2K20 situation delay. And I'd say a very likely scenario is that guys they just released, like say Bray Wyatt, also featured heavily in their My Career, and WWE does not want them in that mode because they're going to go somewhere else and work somewhere else, and you don't want to be promoting games that have guys working for the competition. And as someone who has followed the game industry for decades, I've certainly heard over and over again, a delayed game is good eventually, a rushed game is bad forever, and that does account for a lot of cases with game delays, but not always. How many times did you see this bright yellow text from CD Projekt Red and that game did not turn out great after multiple delays? So as someone who wants a quality game to play, I see this as a good thing. As a YouTube content creator, this is terrible. What am I going to do the next couple of months? I don't know. Put it in the comments because I have no idea now. I somehow survived the bare bones release of Battlegrounds, that kind of was very thin on being able to make video content from, but man, another holiday season without videos for you guys from a new 2K sim game is rough. But it does beg the question, with this now releasing in March of next year, we hope, does that put them on an every March schedule? Because certainly you wouldn't say, all right, here's March and then here's October of the same year. That's insane. But what 2K could do, and I think would be a smart move, is to extend that dev cycle to every year and a half. So next year, March. Then the following October. Then March of the year and a half after that. So it's like every other, but not really, I think could help them tremendously considering how hard they've been struggling. But certainly having to remove superstars every couple of weeks is doing them no favors on that end, and I certainly hope everyone in this trailer is going to be in this game, but I don't know. I can't predict the future. But as I said in my roster cut video, all I want is a quality game to play to bring you guys quality videos, and if they can do that, then any potential delay is worth the wait, and I hope they can nail that and not be 2K20 Part 2, please. You cannot afford that. I cannot afford that. It's going to be rough going if that comes to pass, but I'm attackslug, and I'll still be here doing videos, doing whatever on this channel. They ain't stopped me yet, so I'm still here, and I'll see you next time right here for more videos on this channel, and I am out.